Hello, everybody. Loveline. Got to love the Loveline. Phone number.
Got to.
Got to love the Loveline. I'm Adam. That's true. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191.
All right, we lost that call we were promoting.
Oh, we did?
Yeah.
Oh, big whoop. John?
Hey there.
You're 16. What's going on?
First of all, you guys are awesome.
Thank you.
Well, a friend of mine just got some mushrooms.
Yeah.
And, well, I've never done any drugs before.
Well,
But,
why start with mushrooms?
I don't know. That's not a bad place to start. That's a drug. That's a classic. It's a vintage drug.
16.
That's your dad's drug.
16.
Well, anyway, I was just wondering any side effects.
We don't know. Not that I've seen, but we're expecting to see.
It doesn't seem to be a whole lot with the mushrooms, John.
No,
Well, here's a couple of things.
Not after just a couple of exposures.
But let me float this. You could get high on mushrooms and fall off a cliff
Yes.
while you're camping.
Yes, you could. Or you could have a reaction. I mean, you could have like a psychotic reaction. You would
Yeah.
do PTSD from it.
You could spaz.
Yeah, pretty bad.
Can I,
But
like, OD?
No.
I've never seen that. But whether you could damage the brain the way you can with other
Yeah.
hallucinogens
Yeah.
is sort of
I don't know.
probable, but the jury's out still.
The jury is never coming in on this one because
Nobody uses enough of it.
Yeah, everybody I know, well, I shouldn't say everybody I know, quite a few people I know have done their fair share in their youth, and none of them seems to be the worse for wear.
Oh, my God. You're talking about your friends?
Yeah. Yeah. How dare you? How dare you, Drew? No, listen. And Drew loves to pin everything to addiction and substance abuse and all that. But the friends of mine that are furthest behind and the most effed up didn't do any mushrooms at all, by the way. Not that there's any correlation between achieving success in life and doing mushrooms, but the more successful ones actually did do the mushrooms financially. I'll give you all the names off the air, Drew.
Okay.
You'll be delighted.
Think where they'd be if they hadn't done them.
You think my buddies like Ray and Zeb must have done mushrooms in order to not be where they're not today?
Right.
No, those were the two that wouldn't do any. Everyone else did them. Hey, John?
Yeah.
I know it's not this show. You know, I'll tell you, I have mixed feelings about telling a 16-year-old to go ahead and do drugs. But we're trying to keep it real on this show. And mushrooms are more benign than a lot of drugs. And
Less benign.
drugs in general are not a great thing to get into.
They're not good for you, yeah.
But this probably ain't going to kill you. But it's 16. I hadn't done mushrooms and wasn't thinking about it.
Is there any addiction related to it?
No.
Doesn't seem to be.
Not really. How old's your friend you're going camping with?
16.
Uh-huh. Is he experienced mushroomer?
I think he's done it a couple times.
All right. So the other thing, too, is you could spin out a little. It's nice to have a steady hand nearby.
Yeah.
Just start with a little bit.
So, okay.
Just for the record, don't take any. What the hell?
Yeah.
It's not a bad one, though. I'll tell you, mushrooms, that's good times.
I did a daytime radio show today, and I was, talking. Some guy calls up and goes, "How dare you tell a young 24-year-old who found something in her breast that it's not breast cancer?" And started yelling at me. I thought, what are you talking about? It's so bizarre what people take issue with.
Well, I'll tell you the problem with the media and our job and everyone's job. Everyone's job is to cover their ass.
Right.
So everyone who calls this show, we say, that's bad, don't do it.
Well, we also say, see a doctor to everybody.
We say, no, but what a lot of radio shows will do is they'll go, look, drugs are bad, don't do drugs. Well, on this radio show, we're a little more realistic. We understand there's a distinction between mushrooms, heroin, crank, weed, booze. There's a difference in all of those. And we're going to approach it that way. It's no different than any other thing in life. And if we start, the day we start saying to people, look, don't do this or don't do anything, then we lose our credibility because
this is also what
you know what you're going to get.
It's also what we were talking about last night, which is we are not going to tell anybody what to do or not do. It drives me crazy that they can't see what they're doing and where it comes from, and we're trying to help them see that.
Yeah.
But certainly not going to tell anybody what they must or must not do.
Well, and I want to play the odds, too.
Oh,
I mean, if one guy in the last million has died because he took mushrooms, then I'm going to tell you, hey, the odds aren't very great that anything bad's going to happen to you. Let's face it.